We've built over 1,000 funnels. I charge $10,000 on the low end, all the way up to 120 grand. I've never built a single funnel in my life.
Oh, wow.
It's all done by my team. Very early, I learned that you can delegate. And if you can delegate 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just focus on your genius zone. So for me, it's like speaking, coming up with offers. Networking. And that's pretty much it.
That's it, yeah.
Everything else can be delegated.
Today we have Mr. Shakir Hussain that he has made $30 million in sales when he was under 30. He is an expert in ClickFunnels and everything that has to do with marketing and also how to drive traffic to companies and to business owners. So we're going to talk about this because I'm very excited. I've been following your path, Shakir, for the last few years, and then we connect on Instagram.
Yeah.
I know you've been in the inner circle of Russell Brunson, the #1 platform funnels in the world. Mm-hmm. But let's start all the way back. Who is Shakir?
Hey, Shakir. Well, firstly, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it very much. It's good to be here in Dubai.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a while on Instagram. It's good to meet in person as well. So, yeah, I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 15 years old because my father, may Allah have mercy on him, he passed away about 2 months ago now. And he had instilled these character traits in me and these habits, so to speak, from a young age on to go out, sell, because that's what he would do. He would go out and sell properties. He would go out and sell different services. And so for me, at an early age, I was influenced into entrepreneurship. And I saw everyone around me go to school, college, university, getting a job. And I thought, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be working for, 10 years to make 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year. I want to be able to travel around the world and enjoy myself and live a life that's more based on what I want versus what society puts down. And where I'm from in London, in the UK, it's not very popular, or now maybe it is, but 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there was, I would walk into a room and I'd be the only brown guy, bro. Only brown guy, the only Muslim dude. Everyone else was...
With beer before nobody had beer.
Everyone else was basically older. They were white, usually white. And it was just like, UK in itself is kind of very behind than a lot of the other countries like USA and Canada and stuff. And so early on, I started selling on eBay when I was like 15, 16 years old. I went to university for a couple of years. Every year in the UK, they give you a grant and tuition loan and stuff like that. I would take that money, I would start a business. That business would fail. Then I would start another business, it would fail. Then every term, I think, every quarter, they gave you this, like £700 or £2,000, whatever.
It's still happening? No.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. But this was like 15 years ago now. So every single year, I would take as much money as I could from wherever I could, and I would start a business, and it would fail, it would fail, it would fail. And by the time I was 21, I got introduced to digital marketing, affiliate marketing, online marketing. And I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
I mean, basically, just before that, I would go to events. I would network with people, hand out business cards. I used to hand out DVDs. Do you even remember what DVDs are? Yeah,
I remember VHS. That way.
Okay. So I would hand these DVDs out in an effort to get leads. And then when I understood lead generation, attraction marketing, setting up funnels and getting customers to me, that's when the game changed, bro. That's when I went from 0 to making 120K my first year online, 275K my second year. And by the third year, I was about 23 or 24 years old. I made my first $1 million.
Wow.
Mashallah. So, and then, by 26, I made my first $10 million. And before 30, I made over $30 million. And I learned a lot what to do. I learned a lot what not to do.
Yeah.
And in a nutshell, I developed a series of frameworks and mental models. And that's all from what I've seen, the wealthy people know versus the people that aren't wealthy yet.
They're trying to get there.
Yeah, they're trying to get there. This is why the rich get richer and sadly the poor get poorer.
Yeah.
Because once you get past a certain number, like your first 100K or your first $1 million, it's way more easier it's like a snowball,
Yes.
With time, you build the connections, you build relationships. With time, you get introduced to new opportunities, you make more money.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a big snowball. But when you're struggling and you're trying to pay your bills and you're operating from a place of scarcity, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I remember 15 years ago, if I met you, today I'm meeting you, I give you a big hug. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
let's
But
hang
before,
out.
like,
But before I would look at you as dollar signs.
Yeah.
I gotta sell this guy something,
Yes.
$1,000, $5,000. So
Trying to get a quick buck.
quick buck, because I was in that situation. I had to pay bills, right? But you look at everyone as a dollar opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas when you start making a little bit of money or a lot of money,
Yeah.
7 figures, 8 figures, you're genuinely just wanting to connect with another like-minded person with,
And grow together.
no agenda. You just want to grow. But when you're struggling to make money, you often have a fixed mindset.
I think so everybody goes through that, to the fixed
Yeah.
mindset. At the beginning, as an entrepreneur.
In the beginning, everyone goes through that. I went through that, probably for a good few years, probably 19, 20, 21. And then once I had those shifts, I have to have an open mindset versus a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset.
yeah.
I have to operate from abundance versus scarcity.
Scarcity.
I have to genuinely add value to myself so I can learn and upskill, and then I can be more attractive to other people. And that's really when you look at people that have created wealth, they're solving problems for profit. That's why
They're solving
entrepreneurs,
problems for profit,
they're solving problems for a profit. They have high specialized skills in certain things. It could be podcasting, it could be crypto, it could be affiliate marketing. But that unique skill set that they develop is what makes them attractive.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you can, partner up with someone who has your strengths and can help you with your weaknesses, that's a surefire way to grow and to succeed in whatever. And that's how I've been able to do it. Mashallah, first, all praise to Allah. Secondly, I built 11, 12 different 7-figure businesses.
Wow.
And 3 of them passed 8 figures each.
Amazing.
3 of them passed $10 million each.
Yeah, yeah.
My personal brand, ShakirHussain.com, which had over 1.5 million email subscribers.
Wow.
Because that's what I didn't focus on videos or social media. I focused on
It's
email
still
lists.
working. It's still working, mailing list.
Yes, but the thing is, you have to move with the times, right? And so what worked for me for 15 years is now changing towards videos. That's why I'm being more active on videos.
There you go.
And you have to be adaptable. Now imagine, I just said to you, no, I'm going to stay stuck with what happened 15 years ago. Then I'm not going to be here, am I?
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to be flexible in your approach. The goal can stay the same, but towards the goal, it's fine if you go like this. I read this study many, many years ago, probably like 20 years ago, but it stuck with me. And it was from Brian Tracy, and he said, when a pilot leaves the plane, when they take off, the plane is actually going, it doesn't actually go like this. It goes, like this.
Swerving, yeah, yeah.
And 95% of the time or so, it's actually off course. But it knows its destination, so it will still land in its destination.
Okay, I like that.
And so it's like, okay, let's just say you want to make $100,000, okay? Or $1 million or $100 million, whatever your goal is. As long as you're clear on what the goal is, why you want to get there, the how is actually the easy part. And I learned early on different frameworks for thinking. The stronger the why, the easier the how.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? This morning I woke up and I write my goals down.
I saw on your agenda. Yeah, yeah.
I have a notepad. I write my goals down. And one of the things I wrote down is like 100 podcasts by the end of the year.
Okay.
Bro, I'm only on like 4. I'm like, I gotta get moving.
We have done 130 in 2 years, so we're getting there.
Okay, I'm like, I want to do 100 podcasts, 100 video interviews before the year finishes.
You need to move to Dubai. You get it 50 in 1 week.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I said, I could just come here for 1 month and just bang out all of these podcasts. And then I wrote, I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's a lot. Then I thought, no, it's not. Then I wrote, why do I want this? And I was like, oh yeah. Impact. Second, we're moving in the attention economy, even greater. Third, networking, because I realized the larger the network, it's not just larger, but the more quality the network, the more I have access to opportunities. How did I get into internet marketing early on? Is because I went to an event, I connected with a guy, and there was a bunch of dudes on stage making millions. One of them took a liking to me. He invited me out. Before I know it, I'm this young kid, 20, 21 years old from East London. I grew up in a council flat with 13 people. We didn't have much money growing up. And then before I know it, I'm now in Mayfair, all the finest places in London, and I'm around all these millionaires.
Yeah.
And I also learned that you become the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. All of my friends tend to be fit. They tend to be successful. They're very wealthy. I like to be the dumbest in the room. I
like that. I like to ask questions all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you're asking me these questions here now. Usually I'll just ask you questions. I'd shut up and I just listen. And I have a notepad with me most of the time. So I'm taking notes and I'm really taking in all the learnings. But what I found is if you can put yourself in the right room, then it's just much easier, and then as you develop as an entrepreneur, those opportunities just magnify and they create an exponential growth.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, for example, let's just say I come to Dubai. I've come here many times now, but let's just say this is my third or fourth trip. The first time this year when I came to Dubai, I brought my whole family, XYZ. That whole trip when I was traveling between, say, Dubai and Saudi Arabia and all of this, it cost me about 30 grand or something, okay?
Yeah.
But when I was in Dubai, I met one of my many friends. One of them just told me, buy this crypto and just exit as soon as it goes up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put in a bunch of money, took it out, and I think I made like maybe 25K or 35K from that.
Perfect. There you go.
But
he paid for the trip.
He pays for my trip. It took me one meeting with my friend. It took me 5 minutes to buy some crypto. And I was able to make the entire fee or entire investment of my entire trip.
But also that
because
you went through a lot of people, you know how to read people now.
Oh,
Otherwise you wouldn't lose money. You never know.
Yes.
So, but I have to tell all the audience, like everything that we say here is our own opinion. This is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice.
You have to do your own research. It's very important. I think the number one skill that every entrepreneur has to have is sales. If you don't sell, you cannot eat.
Yeah.
You have to sell.
Yeah.
And the most successful people are good selling. I've seen you in your Instagram. You have in your top row. You have Grant Cardone. Yeah, I seen Grant Cardone everywhere. He's sell or be sold. I read all his books, and the guy's constantly selling. He's selling a cup, he's selling a Rolls Royce, he's selling the jet, he's selling the conference.
Yeah.
So sales is very important. But I think so. Once you get to the sales, that, like you say, is very important. But then when you get to automatization and affiliates, that's when everything starts to reveal. So let's talk about that, because I think so. Most of the people that are in crypto, I have a bunch of people that are my friends, and they create good revenue. And they create affiliate links and structure, but they just did it with the goal. I never have anybody in the podcast that have specialized only in affiliates and funnels. So let's talk about how you take it from sales to a figure business.
Sure. So I got started with affiliate marketing because it was the fastest way to make money without making videos, without showing my face, without being famous, without being an influencer.
Yeah.
And now I look different than how I looked 10 years or 15 years ago. I had long, greasy hair. I was much, bigger, and I didn't have a lot of confidence, but I wanted to get rich. I wanted to make a lot of money, and I had, no shame in saying that. And so what happened was I looked at all different business models. You could do Amazon, you could do eBay, you could do speaking on stage, all of this stuff.
What year was this?
Oh gosh, 2009, 2010.
Okay, just after the
financial crash.
Wow, that's why everybody was trying to hustle, right?
Look, I dropped out of university. I started a business. Everyone is like, this is the recession. What are you doing? This was my friends and family, okay, people close to me. But then when I met Millionaires, they said to me, recession is the best time to start a business.
In the bear market.
Yeah, in the bear market. And I remember thinking to myself, I can listen to my friends and family, or I can listen to these millionaires. And these guys were from America. And I ended up listening to them, and it worked out well. So what industry did I start, and how did I make my first $1 million? It was through affiliate marketing. Mm-hmm. It was understanding that there's always money to be made as a middleman.
Okay.
If you can put 2 and 2 together and you can take something in the middle, you're going to be profitable.
Yeah.
And then understanding simple metrics. These are the metrics that help me scale. And this is, once I understood it, I rinsed and repeated it 10, 11 times to basically become a multimillionaire in my 20s.
Yeah.
And what I understood was, how much does it cost to get a customer? And then how much does it cost? How much do you make from that customer over a month, over 6 months, over 12 months, over 2 years?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So then you can figure out what is your acquisition cost. So for example, every single day I spend money on basically Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, through now a lot more organic content.
I seen your ads popping on my socials.
Yeah, it's because I run paid ads,
Yeah.
and then if you click on it, then now you're in my funnel where I'm going to target you with different videos. I might show a clip from a video like this. I'll give you content, then I'll give you pitch, right? But I'll follow you around all over the internet once you're in my funnel. And for me, what I understood was there's always traffic. There's always people looking for a solution because they have problems. If I asked you, list out 5 problems that you have right now, there's something. Maybe you want a new car. Maybe, I'm looking at your suit and I'm like, I need to upgrade my suit. I didn't even know we were going to wear a suit today. I was going to wear a t-shirt. So that's a problem. Okay, I need a solution. I'm going to go either to Dubai Mall, I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to type in, I need a suit. Everyone has problems all the time. And so once you understand, if everyone has problems all the time and they're going to the internet to find solutions, you have to now put your message in front of them. So whether you're promoting a Binance, as an affiliate to make commissions, or you're promoting any influencers, once you understand that there is endless amount of traffic is the easy part. The hard part is finding a funnel that converts.
Conversion.
So how I explain to people that are just starting out or they want to really understand, traffic is people. Conversions is your shop. It's your funnel. It's the process. Now, you can have Dubai Mall as your conversion funnel.
Yeah.
But if there's no traffic, if there's no people coming in, you can have the best product, the best shop, the best mall. You're still not making any money. So you have to understand, you have to have traffic, you have to have the people, and then you have to put them through a funnel. One of the best ways, what I've engineered over the last 15 years, and this is one of the foundations of how I'm able to quickly grow to 7 figures, 8 figures. I just started a new business less than probably 45 days ago. It's doing anywhere from maybe £3,000 to £6,000 a day.
Wow.
And that's mainly profit.
Wow.
We spend £300, less than £300 a day on TikTok. I'm getting crazy ROAS right now.
On TikTok? Oh, wow.
I'm on TikTok. By the way, I never set up funnels. We've built over 1,000 funnels. Okay? My funnels, I charge $10,000 on the low end, all the way up to 120 grand. I've never built a single funnel in my life.
Oh, wow.
I've spent millions of dollars of my money, cash, on Facebook. I've never set up Facebook ads. Right now, I'm getting 10x on the low end, 20x ROAS on the same day from TikTok. TikTok ads. Yep. I've never set up TikTok. I don't even have TikTok.
You don't have your own TikTok. I don't have TikTok.
Look,
you are not dancing.
All those posts that you see on my Instagram, I've probably posted like less than 4 times on my actual Instagram wall. It's all done by my team.
Wow.
Like
team is the most important
thing.
thing.
So certain things very early I discovered that you can delegate.
Yes.
And if you can delegate 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just focus on your genius zone, what you're really good at. So for me, it's like speaking, coming up with offers. Networking. And that's pretty much it.
That's it, yeah.
Everything else.
There's not much talent in us.
Yeah, everything else can be delegated. So when I understood this foundational concept, when you want to sell something, you can sell anything to anyone, anytime, if you educate your customer.
Yeah.
So let me just give you an example. Today, if I wanted to become a top affiliate for Binance, what I would do is I use this model called EBM. EBM stands for education-based marketing. You can sell anything if you are the person that becomes the go-to authority to a group of people.
Yeah.
Those group of people, they look up to you as an authority, as an expert, as a celebrity. The highest level is a celebrity expert. So like, I'm not famous. I don't care about being famous. To be very frank, I don't even want to be that famous. But with one caveat, I want to be famous to the right people.
To the right people, okay.
Does that make sense? So if I'm selling $10,000 to $120,000 funnels and consulting services, I want people to know in the funnel space, okay, this is Shakir Hussain. He owns funnels.com. I need to go to him if I want to get a client getting machine. If I want to grow my customer acquisition, if I want to grow my business, and I need a funnel, a process to turn visitors into high value customers, that's the guy. That's who I want to be famous to. Everything else, content wise, I just do it because it's really just fun or fulfilling. But when I'm creating content and I want to attract those type of people, I just follow EBM model. EBM, education-based marketing. So today, if I wanted to become a top influencer and top affiliate in Binance, what I would do is I'd make a list of people that are killing it in the crypto space. I'd come up with a post, a podcast like Crypto OGs,
Yes.
you know, and then I would start inviting people on, and I would take you one step further. After I invite people on, I would turn around to the guest and I'd say, hey, I have a membership site. Are you open to giving us some content behind the scenes? How you trade, you know, the mistakes that you've made. What are the next altcoins that's going to do a 10x or a 100x? And then I would also say, hey, who do you know? 1 to 3 people. A players already know other A players.
Yeah.
Like when I came here, I was like, I looked at everything that you're doing. I was like, okay, he knows lots of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Before I came here, I messaged some of my friends. I said, hey, do you know this Andres guy?
Yeah, always due diligence.
And they said good things about you.
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
but like one of my guys, he's made like $50 million in crypto. He said something good about you. I said, all right, fine. If you vouch for him, fine. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm not going to just show up on anyone's podcast, right?
Shagir, that's very important. Do it because I didn't do it before, and now
Yeah.
everybody wants to do something, especially when you're leveling up. Always do due diligence
Yeah.
with people, with companies. Just write to 3 people how you work with these guys.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I would do. I'd create content, then I'd create a membership site, and I'd charge, $97, $297 a month, even $497 a month for a crypto membership site.
Yeah.
And then what I would do is, on the back end of that, I'd give away, investment recommendations or investment advice
Or events.
or events. I would sell masterminds. I would sell high ticket stuff on the back end. Even if I didn't give investment advice, I would figure out how to do something that maximizes the customer lifetime value. But if you're starting off and you have the skills and you can invest for yourself and you want to take other people's money, that's an option. But I would build out an entire funnel. And one of the ways you start the funnel is you identify what are the problems people will face, and then you create a product around it. So it becomes like a value ladder.
Yeah.
I call it an IPS, an integrated product suite.
Yeah, yeah.
One product leads to the next one, leads to the next one, leads to the next one. So in my business, people come in through some of my books, Funnels Millionaire, Backpack Millionaire, Recession Millionaire. I've got this whole series of, once they come in through my book funnel, now I have like a 5-day challenge or a 3-day summit. On those events, I would offer $10,000, $50,000 programs. Once someone comes in from there, I'll offer 120K programs. Now, what happens if someone comes in and they say, hey, I have 500K, $1 million.
What can I do with it? Because there's people like
because
that.
there's lots of people like that.
They don't know what to do with their money.
I have people that have given me 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, high 6 figures. Sometimes they meet me once. Sometimes they've never met me. They just found me online. They've been following me for years.
They just say, and they just wired you.
They just wire.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. But that's also what happens when you have a good reputation, when you build a brand, when you build a personal brand. And again, if you want to be a top affiliate, you gotta ask yourself this question: how do I stand out in the sea of sameness? Because if you're trying to promote Binance program or any affiliate program, there's thousands of other people you're competing with.
In Binance, 50,000 affiliates right now. More than 50,000.
So I've been in 2 different affiliate marketing programs. One of them had 200,000 customers.
Yeah.
I was top 5.
Wow.
And another one had 400,000 customers, and I was probably top 4 or top 3 affiliates of all time. And both were multiple 9-figure companies. What made me different is I always ask myself, hey, if 10 people are offering the same thing, how can I offer something much better?
Something better.
So what I would do, and this is something that anyone can do regardless of your experience and expertise, you identify what are your top 5 or 10 competitors doing, and then you ask yourself this question: what's missing from this picture?
That was my next question. You actually answered it right now.
Okay.
You've seen everybody in crypto right now, in Dubai, whatever the country they are, and they're trying to push tokens or crypto exchanges. Is there any without roasting anybody, but is there anybody that you have seen that you say, oh, this guy is making a difference? Anybody that had caught your eye on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube? Nobody.
The only ones that I'd say is people that produce extremely valuable content.
Okay.
And on YouTube, I tend not to follow because in the last 2, this is my 3rd bull market, right?
Yeah.
So I've been around in crypto for a while.
You're a crypto G.
Yeah, I guess so. I've been around for a while. And one guy that I like a lot is a guy called James Invest.
James, I don't know him. You see, there's so many people.
So like he, his whole thing is every minute you spend with me is going to be valuable.
Oh, wow.
And he's made his money. I like learning from people that have made their money and now they want to share value and they want to give value. And they've got no other agenda just to give that.
Yes.
I usually call them bored rich dudes.
The bored rich dudes.
When you're bored and rich, what do you want to do? You want to just give value. There's nothing to sell. For example, one of the reasons why, and I'm not saying I'm bored and rich, maybe I am. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast and writing books and making YouTube videos, I'm like, bro, I've done it. A lot of the things I wanted to do. I traveled the world all throughout my 20s. What am I going to do? Visit another country? Like, I'm like, my wife said to me yesterday, where do you want to go? I'm like, just Dubai. Like, I want to go either Dubai or Saudi Arabia. I know it's two extremes, but Saudi Arabia to go Umrah.
Yeah.
With my mum and my family, or Dubai because I have friends here. There's I don't want to go to any other country. Like, what other country offers me what, And so...
or just for a convention of ClickFunnels.
Yeah. Or
an
important event that maybe I'll go to. But the reality is this. When you're starting off, everyone that you look at, you think, oh, they must have some special skills. They must be special. They must be talented. The reality is they've done the work that's required. The reason why you don't get the results that you want right now is because usually your conscious and your subconscious mind is not aligned. So your conscious mind says, oh, I want to make $1 million. But your unconscious mind says, no, if you make too much money, it's bad. It's guilty, or rich people are evil. You have all these negative beliefs and self-sabotage.
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Okay, what was the next question?
Self-sabotage. Affiliates.
Another thing is, how do you stand out in the sea of sameness, right? You always ask yourself, so there's different levels.
Yeah.
When you're a generalist, you make this much income.
Yeah.
Okay? 50K, 100K a year. From generalist, you become a specialist. Okay? That's where you start making maybe 200K a year.
Yeah.
From specialist, you become a real expert. That's when people know you.
Yes.
After expert, you become the authority.
The authority.
When I was making $1 million a year, I was the authority.
Okay.
How do you go from $1 million to $10 million a year?
10 million, yeah.
That's where I got to. Got to about $8 million a year just selling info courses.
Okay.
Courses, coaching programs, digital stuff, okay?
Yeah.
You become the celebrity authority.
Celebrity authority.
So at the highest level, it's celebrity authority. Then you have authority, then you have, the expert, the specialist, and right at the bottom is generalist. Most people in life, whether they're doing affiliate marketing, they're promoting anything, they're usually a generalist. So the higher you go, the rarer you become. The rarer you become, that's where all the money is, man. I mean, I just spoke to Russell Brunson last week. I was on a call with him and he was doing an event and I literally saw him make probably on the low end, 1.5 million, maybe on the high end, 2.5 million.
30 minutes?
No, it was a 3-day event. It was a 3-day virtual event he was doing. But easily $1.5 million to say $3 million he's made in those 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Now, to a normal, everyday, average person, they'll be like,
much. How?
How is that even possible? A lot of people know now it's public. I sold a domain name to Russell Brunson.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. How much did he pay for it?
He paid me $1.3 million
wow.
for the single domain name, mashallah.
But you don't say which one is.
Nah, let's just say it's not funnels.com. I still own funnels.com.
It's another one.
It's another one. And I paid $5,000 for that domain.
So you made $495,000 profit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
So
you made the same amount that but how long you bought it?
I bought it about 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
And it's funny because I made the intention when I bought it, I'm going to sell it to Russell Brunson. And I'm going to ask him for a ridiculous amount of money.
And see what happened.
And in the beginning, it was, Bitcoin was around 10 grand and he paid me in crypto. And I first asked him for like $2 million. He said, no, maybe blah, blah, blah. And then I said, listen, you always tell people how to create offers, so I'm going to make you an offer. You give me the money in the next 7 days and I'll sell it to you for 1.3 million.
And he said, okay.
He said, okay.
1.3. Okay.
1.3 million US dollars. I still like to invest in domains. I own over 350 domain names. A lot of them are premium, 1 word, 2 words, even 4 letters.
Is there 1 letter domain?
There is.
Like
X.com.
X, yeah.
Most of those have been gone. I got started with domain buying because when I was a kid, I used to look at people with rare number plates in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK they're so expensive.
They're expensive.
F1 is like millions. But
you
also
can-
in Dubai now.
In Dubai, I heard you can get them for multiple 8 figures, 10, 20, 50 million.
The number plate is more expensive than any car.
Yeah, so I saw that rise, and then I read this article by this elderly gentleman, and he basically talked about that buying domain names are like investing in Manhattan back in the 80s. And it's like, it's a well. Because see, for example, if I talked about funnels and I said funnels.com, you just go to Google and type in funnels.com on the search bar. And this is called type-in traffic. This is the most valuable buyer intent, search intent traffic someone can get, right? I have funnelsagency.com. It's easy. Funnelsagency.com. What does it sell? It sells funnels.
Funnels.
What's the agency about? Funnels. You need a funnel for you to grow your business? Okay, go to funnelsagency.com. So these are small things, right? Like one of my first agencies that I ever started about nearly 15 years ago, it was called igetcustomers.com. Like it's simple. igetcustomers.com.
What about nofinancialadvice.com?
There you go. I built a relationship with Russell Brunson nearly 10 years ago.
Wow.
One time I paid him $25,000 to join his mastermind.
Yeah.
And at the time, I wasn't allowed in America. You know, the whole stuff was going on. They look at your name, they don't like you, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I'm married to an American woman, and so I can go to America.
Yeah.
But back then I couldn't go to America, but I paid him 25 grand. And I'm like, I'm not going to ask him for a refund because that's not what cool people do. And so what am I going to do? I got a one-on-one call with him.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I thought, this is 25 G's for a one-on-one call. But on the phone call, he advised me not to do this thing with a book launch.
And it saved you a lot of money.
It saved me $400,000. He said to me, I've already done that, and it cost me $400,000. Don't do it. I put the phone down. I was like, wow, that's the most valuable 25K I spent. And like, this is how, if you want to become successful, you have to do what unsuccessful people will never do. Even this morning, you got me out of, you know, this is the earliest I've ever done a podcast.
I like to do it early.
Now, you know, the crazy thing is, I'm like, wow, if I've done it this early now, okay, I should do this with my guests. And anytime else I want to get on someone's, I'll just say, hey, let's do 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
I do it early because also the kids go to school at 7:30 a.m. So it's say if my kids going early, what I'm going to just not do it, I'll do it.
That's amazing, man.
Shakir, but one more thing that you mentioned is really important before about those 25K. People don't understand that sometimes you have to value the relationships more and you have to invest in yourself. For me, it was a couple of years ago, about 3-4 years ago. Before COVID hits, I lost all my money in crypto. I lost everything. Okay. And my scale was social media. So selling influencer marketing campaign, high ticket, just call to call. And I had no money. I had minus 100,000 pounds in credit card. Like I was broke again. And then I called this guy, you probably know him, Alex. And then I said, look, what are you doing? Like, I see you have a good profile, whatever, etc. And I didn't have no money. So he said, bro, my mentorship is $15,000. I said, bro, I don't have anything. My last one, I make 6,000 pounds. So send it. So my wife and my family and my friends, they thought it was crazy. You know, like, why are you saying 6,000? But then we jump in a call, he guide me, and we make about $1 million in just sales.
Wow.
Within 6 months. But that's what people don't understand. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to take those risks. And also, sometimes you go to some circles and you have to pay just to get in. Just to get in.
Yeah.
Even for, like when you go to Monaco, listen to this. When you go to Monaco, it doesn't matter if you are rich or billionaire, you have to pay for everything. They don't care. You go to a nightclub, it's $200 for a beer, right? Or you get a chopper, you have to line up because all the billionaires are lining up for the chopper. So that's what people need to understand. In Monaco, for me, the best example to go and feel how much you can achieve.
Okay.
Because people have the money, but people don't care because everybody has the money there. So to get to certain events, to certain yachts, to certain paddocks, you either have to have influence or you have to have money. Okay. Obviously, you have both. It's amazing. Because sometimes people have money, but people don't like that person. Or some people have influence, but they don't have money. So I think you have to have both. I'm talking about influence and money.
I do want to preface this, though. One, crypto is one of those things you don't have much control over.
No,
it's based on the market, it's based on the timing, it's based on the cycle. So what you do have control over is having your own business that produces cash flow.
That's what you need.
That's what you need. If you're not making $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month, you know, don't be too focused on crypto. Maybe put a little
Okay.
bit aside each month, but have a system that produces cash flow. You know, almost every
That's
single
good.
month, I have to make at least 100 grand a month profit just for me to like survive. I mean, I have bills and stuff, so I have to make at least 100K, 200K every single month consistently just to be, you know, good. But that's my foundation. And then, you know, if I do like next month, I'm doing a 3-day virtual event, and that should, you know, get me to
Pop,
about
yeah.
600K, 800K, inshallah, in that 1 month. And so, how do you create yourself to be a secure, financial freedom seeking, you know, entrepreneur?
Yeah.
It's very simple. You have to have high value skills that the marketplace will pay you for, a premium, you know, and then you have to have a business that produces cash flow every single month. And between those two things, if you have the skills and then if you have a business that produces cash flow, take a percentage.
Take a
and stick it in.
percentage. Don't just keep
don't
it.
just go all in. I've made that mistake.
Let me.
I've made that mistake. See, if you also have a family and kids and all of this stuff, you have to be a lot more responsible. Like in my
Yes.
20s, I was crazy. You know, I'd spend whatever. I didn't care. I'd spend 50, 100 grand a weekend on promoting an event or anything that I just felt like doing. But in my 30s, I'm now a little bit more mature, I guess.
More productive. People get busy and they think they're doing the right thing, but
Yeah.
they're not productive.
Yeah, they're not productive. So, yeah, how I stay productive is I try to manage my time. Early on, I tried to do my one big thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after I get my one big thing, I try to do 3 to 5 things that will move the needle. I tell myself, no matter how busy I am, I need to spend 1 to 3 hours focused on my business. You know, with crypto, it's very easy. You can get sucked in. You can consume content over and over
Over
again.
there, yeah.
But if you're not developing skills that would make you more valuable in 6, 12 months, 18 months from now, like the last 15 years, one of the skills I developed was marketing, right?
The
And
best.
sales. Alhamdulillah, you know, I became one of the best in the world. I was making $1 million a month at the age of 28. And that was cash flow, high net profit. You know, I made millions of dollars in profit for myself before I even turned 30. And now, because I have 15 years of sales experience, marketing experience, funnels experience, offer creation, now one of the new offers I'm coming up with, and I'm trying to come up with 1 to 2 new offers every single month. One of the new offers I'm coming up with is a marketing agency for crypto, for crypto companies. Because I just found out this one company, they're doing $10 million a year in profit.
Yeah.
And they're based out in Dubai. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I could easily
I
could easily do much better, right? And if I see a blueprint of someone else doing it, I'm like, I could easily do this.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's one of my next offers is a marketing agency for crypto companies.
Yeah, I like it. We'll probably partner up.
We'll talk about it
We're
afterwards.
talking about we have to go through
You
some.
know, and so because I built agencies before, right? 7, 8 figures, not an issue. But because now I have the skills, that took me, say, 15 years, and I'm always learning and growing. Now I can adapt that into different businesses. Like the last company that I've got, say it's doing 2 to 3 sales a day, so about 3K to 6K, sometimes maybe 9 grand a day. I didn't have to put any money down. The guys offered me equity in the business, a large,
that buys.
yeah, because of my
For
consulting.
15
advice.
years is a lot of 15 years of
Yeah,
experience.
15 years.
Yeah.
You know, what's the price of that? What's the value in that? I can charge 120K, 150K for consulting, which I do. Just got a client last week, bought a 120K consulting package. He's been stuck at multiple 6 figures. He wants to get to 7 figures. I'm like, sure, you know, buy the 120K. But this company that, you know, I took equity in is because I see where I could easily make 5 million to 10 million from this offer every single year. And it's a recurring offer. What I learned from marketing is you can have the best product in the world, okay? But it's not what you think is the best. It's what the market is going to pay for. It's what the market is actively looking for. It's what the market wants. You have to serve the market.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Before I built funnels.com, I had wealthacademy.com. It was during the recession. I built it up, huge business, $1 million a month, cash flow, events all over the world. The last 3-4 years, I saw the rise in business owner services. Business owners, even if they have the best product, they suck at getting customers. I'm like, fine, I'll launch funnels.com. You understand? Now I know in the next, say, 2 to 3 years, a new recession is looming. All the richest people I know, they tell me 18 months to 24 months, maybe 36 months, a big recession is coming. Okay, guess what offer I'm going to launch? Wealthacademy.com.
Academy.
I'm going to target people that want to quit the 9-to-5 job, start a business, start a side hustle. I'm going to launch, publish different offers. So you have to know not what you want, but what the market wants. And so for me, I'm always asking myself, what does the market want? And how can I give that and serve the marketplace?
Okay.
And you have to always ask yourself, where is the attention going? Where is the trend going? So when I look at, real assets, this and that, it's a good narrative. One of the secrets of me making millions of dollars, millions of pounds in different industries all throughout the last 15 years is very simple. I look at trends and then I ask myself, how can I piggyback off of this trend? I did it in affiliate marketing. Then I remember seeing people struggle with traffic. So I set up a traffic agency.
Okay.
Then I saw people get stuck with becoming a authority, a guru, a personal brand. So then I set up a gurufunnels.com. It was basically an agency on how to help you become a guru in the marketplace. This was like 10 years ago, bro. Then I saw people get stuck with coaching. They didn't understand how to, even if they have a product, they have traffic, they didn't know how to grow. So I was like, okay, these people need a group coaching program. So I pioneered many group coaching funnels that people use today. And the call funnel, I was doing that like 15 years ago. Book a call. 15 years ago.
The calls.
Yeah, when you set up a funnel and then people come in, they watch your video, they book a call, and then you have a sales team. At one point, I had like 20, 25 salespeople, making sales calls. So
that's the real OG of marketing, the calls.
Maybe, yeah.
Shakir, it has been amazing having you in the show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I hope the Crypto OG have learned from the Crypto OG and Marketing OG, Funnel OG, everything OG. Thank you so much for coming to the show, and I hope everybody have enjoyed. Take notes, because you probably see Shakir and me doing more moves. We'll see, inshallah, we meet again in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, attention, and thanks for having me,
Thank you so much, brother.